Yeah, nah man, you know we gotta do a joint for the ladies, right? So every club worldwide, we gon' move y'all like this, come on. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, hey girl. It's Friday night when the club lines be out the door. Watch the silly.
Okay, here we are at the last segment. My sports went a little extra only because we had a nice holiday and a lot of events was going down in the sports circle. I'm about to bring you something here at the HOtt PiXX, a little bit different, artist friendly, artist support, but also history making. And is it relative to the time that we're in with social media? So my title of this particular subject is Which Artist Era Reigns Supreme? And what I mean by that, well, artist achievements reflect social media era. Whereas now you go to look at videos at 2 billion views, 3 billion views. Is there a correlation with success in record making and history making? And so I have a series of what they call the number one condition here is this, and you'll see it. It says most number one singles in an artist's lifetime. And let's see which era based on that song. And then surprisingly, the song may not be the one you think should be the number one. Ready to do this, Mario?
I'm ready.
Okay, so what we're going to do is go through them quickly and add a little history. And then we're going to go look at it. And you can make your determination, Mario. Number one. I don't have to see anybody else. You can hit it at the top of the list. We're going to start off right now with what I call the diva that changed the game in a different way, Janet Jackson. Her number one song for her, out of her catalog, Miss You Much, 1989. The music video is considered iconic for its choreography, chair routine, and has been referenced by various artists. Miss You Much has inspired videos from Britney Spears and was covered in the Korean film 200 Pounds Beauty, also being sampled by artists such as 50 Cent. That is her number one of all of her songs, Miss You Much. Did you think that would be the one, or is it?
No, even though I'm not surprised. That time,
Right.
They were hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah.
There'd be other Jacksons in this discussion.
That's right.
But, they set the bar, right?
Right.
So no matter where you want to, put it like this. If you didn't give it to her for Miss You Much, there's going to be a bunch of stuff you could have given it to her for
Other things.
right there with it.
Yes, it goes.
I wish I had Tyrone Dubois.
Here, what is? See, I'm not trying to touch you guys' area. I'm doing it from a different perspective. I'm including the reference to the impact of social media. So as you see these artists, you roll up and go, okay, yeah, that's old school. That's still old school or new school. Let's go to the next one because I'm going to hit them quickly.
Well, that was 1989.
That's right. The next one up, Paul McCartney, Stevie Wonder. The song is Ebony and Ivory, March 1982. Ebony and Ivory was banned in South Africa by the South African Broadcasting Corporation during the apartheid era, making it the only song McCartney released in his solo career to receive such a ban. The official reason for the song's ban was because Stevie Wonder accepted the 1984 Academy Award for the Best Original Song in the name of Nelson Mandela. Interesting.
Well, look at your time span. This is all before the internet.
Yes.
And so, wow.
So you see.
There's different,
Right.
Apartheid was 1982. We were there.
Right. So, and here's the thing. That's Paul. We're talking about the number one. We're talking about most weeks at number one. And so you end up going, well, Paul has some other songs, but this one hit. And it represents both Stevie's number one and Paul shared together. And there's also a twist in this story. There's some artists in here who are on the list again. Let's go to the next one. Next one, okay, this is kind of a no-brainer. Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You, November 1992. Here's a little background on this. The song I Will Always Love You was originally written and recorded in 1973 by American singer-songwriter Dolly Parton. Her country version of the track was released in 1974 as a single and was written as a farewell to her one-time partner and mentor of 7 years, Porter Wagoner. Porter Wagner. In 1992, Whitney recorded a new arrangement of I Will Always Love You for the soundtrack to The Bodyguard in her film debut. She was originally to record Jimmy Ruffin's What Becomes of the Broken Hearted.
What a wonderful track.
as the lead single for The Bodyguard.
David Ruffin's brother.
Right. And however, when it was discovered the song was to be used for the fried green tomatoes, Houston requested a different song.
Wow, that's interesting history.
Dude.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that she was really going to do What Becomes of the Broken. I love that track.
But would it have had as much success? Think about it.
Well, let's put it like this. No one expected that.
No.
With the Dolly Parton track. Okay?
Right.
So, who knows?
Okay.
That's Whitney.
Okay, there you go. So that's the next one. Just to let you know. Wow. Like I said, these tidbits. All right, next up. This is a no-brainer as well. Notice we still haven't made it past the millennium. Madonna, Like a Virgin. Her biggest song as it released most weeks at number 1. Like a Virgin has been covered by a number of artists and has appeared or been referenced in feature films such as Reservoir Dogs, Moulin Rouge, Bridget Jones, The Edge of Reason. Family groups sought to ban it as they believe the song promoted sex without marriage. On the other hand, Madonna's public persona of an indomitable, sexual, unashamed, supremely confident woman was widely accepted by the younger generation and emulated her style and fashion. Scholars have credited Like a Virgin as the song which cemented her position as a pop culture icon. This song is her brand. Like a Virgin, her best song to you, man?
I know some.
You know
Well,
some.
knew some.
You knew some?
They don't make them anymore.
They don't. Okay, cool. Going over to the next, you guys. I'm going to speed through this because we're going to go down and actually see where they rank at. And we won't have to do it one by one. There's a chart for it, just to let you know. All right, the next song is Supreme's Love Child in 1968. So it seems like we're going backwards in time. Love Child paved new ground for a major pop hit when its controversial subject matter of illegitimacy. It is also the single that finally knocked the Beatles' Hey Jude off the top spot in the United States after its 9-week run. Billboard's special 2015 chart of the top 40 biggest girl groups of all time. On the Billboard's Hot 100, Love Child ranked highest among the Supreme's 6 entries. Supreme members Mary Wilson and Cindy Birdsong do not perform on the record. Motown session singers, the Andantes, performed the background vocals. All lead vocals were by Diana Ross, who would leave the group a year later. So imagine you're on a song and you're part of the group, but you don't record your vocals.
That's rough. Other just another FYI. Other situations famous for that
Right.
are the stylistics with Tom Bell.
They said during this time, this is what they
He
did.
did not use.
They didn't use the artist.
He didn't use,
And I don't understand.
He didn't really like the other vocalists enough.
Wow.
And he used them to use just Russell Thomas.
Well, let you know, imagine artists not loving.
Song.
Right, because they go like, I'm not on that song you're playing right now.
That's wow. I said wow.
Wow.
It happened.
All right, let's go again. Here's the next one. Well, like I said, some people have to get on this list, and maybe they keep visiting. Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney. Seems like Paul says the secret to success is just go ahead and do it with a brother. All right, Say, Say, Say. After its release in 1983, Say, Say, Say became Jackson's 7th top 10 hit inside of a year. It was a #1 hit in the United States, Canada, Norway, Sweden, several other countries. Reached #2 in the United Kingdom and peaked within the top 10 in Australia, Austria, New Zealand, the Netherlands, Switzerland, and over 20 other nations. In 2013, Billboard magazine listed the song as the 41st biggest hit of all time on their 100 charts. Interesting. That's the best showing for Michael and Paul, as they are right now going, I haven't cracked this list. I needed to be with somebody else. I'm kind of surprised that this song is one of the all-time most consecutive weeks #1. What about you, Mark?
I'm surprised too. Say, say, say.
Say, say, say. You should hear the critics and what they said about
Not
this.
surprised at who's involved.
Right.
Because at that time, they were hitting on all cylinders.
Right. All
Michael
day.
Jackson was magic.
Yes, he was.
Everything.
With Stevie Wonder, I can understand it was Stevie Wonder being featured on Paul. This was really Michael Jackson, and you get to be featured.
Yeah.
He turned it a different way. All right, let's go to the next one. Did we finally bring it at least closer to that era? Rihanna, We Found Love. The song's accompanying music video depicts the singer as a drug-abusing thrill seeker in a relationship that quickly spirals downward into addiction and violence. The video received a mixed response from critics as they noted profoundly alludes to ex-boyfriend Chris Brown's assault on Rihanna 2 years prior. It attracted criticism from political commentators who questioned the video for its suggestive sexual nature. However, the video won a Grammy for the Best Short-Form Music Video at the 55th Annual Grammy Awards and Video of the Year at the 2012 MTV Video Music Awards. Out of all Rihanna's stuff, did you think this one would crack? You like Rihanna, dude.
I like her, but not surprising.
Not surprising.
Controversy seems to do it, but who knows?
Right. You're not sure. Okay, not bad. Let's go to the next one. Shooting through them. Next one we got going up. I believe I underrated this woman. Mariah Carey, We Belong Together. March 2005. We have finally cracked at least the beginning of the social media era. The first artist, and it's Mariah Carey. The song's music video was a two-part story with It's Like That, which Carey and her bachelorette party. The video, We Belong Together, is a continuation focusing on Carey's wedding to an older and powerful man and ends with the singer eloping with her ex-boyfriend. And everybody know that this was tied to Tommy Mottola. So at this point, reality seems to sell best as it relates to it. And here's the thing. Would you have guessed that Mariah Carey would be a player in the most consecutive weeks in the top of the Billboard charts? Out of all the artists.
I would, yes.
Really?
Yeah, because she had, I believe it's the most #1 albums or something.
Okay.
She was one of them.
Okay. Yeah, she has.
She has some records.
Yeah, she does.
Gold records or something. She has a number of records.
Yes, she does. And probably because we just didn't follow, or I didn't follow as much. I didn't know how much success she had.
Yeah, Jerome would know. She has either she leads or she's in the top. She's the top one, Dick.
Right.
Albums or singles.
Yeah, you're right. You're way more than I expected, and I'm shocked at her presence as record making.
Y'all look it up and then write me something.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next one. Here's the one that, sometimes you just got to be a dog, right? And sometimes we're going backwards. Elvis Presley, Don't Be Cruel, and Hound Dog, July 1956. The single was released in 1956.
I was born that year.
Back with Hound Dog. Within a few weeks, Hound Dog had risen to #2 on the pop charts with sales of over 1 million. Soon after, it was overtaken by Don't Be Cruel, which took #1 on all 3 main charts, pop, country, and R&B. Don't Be Cruel went on to become Presley's biggest selling single recorded in 1956, with sales over 6 million by 1961. It became a regular feature of his live sets until his death in 1977 and was often coupled with Jailhouse Rock, Let Me Be You, Let Me Be Your, and Teddy Bear during performances in 1969. So when he started, these 2 songs, there was more. He actually recorded these 2 songs in his session back to back. He had 3 sessions where he recorded songs in a day. They all are chart makers. These went 1, 2.
How you recorded back then?
Dude.
Things you got together and just recorded.
Oh my God, dude. I'm blown.
That's the way it was. You just did it.
Yeah,
recorded.
you just did it. Okay, here we are.
Wonderful.
Got to give props. We're back in the 50s. All right, here's the last one. And then we go to see what the numbers say. Simply, you can't go nowhere unless you do have the Beatles. Hey Jude, August 1968. All right. The following, let me just say this. In 1968, John Lennon and his wife Cynthia Lennon separated after John's affair with Yoko Ono. The following month, Paul McCartney drove out to visit Cynthia and John's son Julian at Kenwood, the family home in Weybridge. Cynthia had been part of the Beatles' social circle before the band's rise to fame in 1963. McCartney later said he found it a bit much for them suddenly to be persona non grata and out of my life. On the journey down, he composed Hey Jude in the car. The song's original title was Hey Jules, and it was intended to comfort Julian Lennon from the stress of his parents' separation. McCartney later said, I knew it was not going to be easy for him, and that he changed the name to Jude because I thought it sounded better. amazing that this song was to help somebody going through the parents'
I didn't
transition.
know that. That's amazing.
So just want to let you know. Here's your top songs. Here's your number ones. Let's see how they rank. We're going to go down the page. You'll see the numbers. Mario, you get to enjoy to see who is the top dog as we come back down. When you go back down again, keep going. You'll see the chart. Let's take it to the top.
Started out with Janet Jackson, Miss You Much, August 1989. Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder, Ebony and Ivory, March 1982. Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You, November of 1992. Madonna, Like a Virgin, that what year that one was. The Supremes, Love Child, September 1968. Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney, Say, 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 1983. Rihanna, We Found Love.
That's 2005. Or 11, sorry. 2011.
And Mariah Carey, We Belong Together, March 2005. Elvis Presley, Don't Be Cruel and Hound Dog in July of 1956. And finally, the Beatles, Hey Jude, in August of 1968.
Scroll down below, you'll see the number of singles, who had the most singles, number one singles of all time. And the ranking list shows you. For those who can't see it, I'll say it for you. The Beatles top it off with 20. Hey Jude was their best number one. Next, Elvis Presley and Mariah Carey tied at 18 singles. Biggest for Elvis was Don't Be Cruel and Hound Dog, and We Belong Together for Mariah, of course. 14 weeks following is 14 singles is Rihanna. We Found Love was her bigger single seller. Behind Rihanna is Michael Jackson at 13 singles, number one, Say, Say, Say. Following Michael. So Supremes and Madonna, 12 number one singles all time. Love Child and Like a Virgin. Whitney Houston comes behind at 11 number one. I Will Always Love You is her best. And then up the rear, Stevie Wonder, Janet Jackson, 10 number one singles. Ebony and Ivory, Miss You Much. The Beatles reign supreme so far. But I am shocked that Mariah is tied for second all-time number one. I just totally underestimated the power of that diva, man. We're done. HOtt PiXX. It's been a day, you guys.
Yeah. Nah, man. You know we gotta do a joint for the ladies, right? So every club worldwide, we gonna move y'all like this. Come on. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey girl, hey girl, hey girl. It's Friday night when the club lines be out the door. Watch the